Caffeine is the world's most consumed drug. 30 to 50% of people consume some sort of energy drink. Approximately 5,000 people are hospitalized for too much caffeine each year. Half of them are children. My name is Mariel Harzke from Mariel Elementary, 3rd grade.
My name is Sarah Mills, Penn Elementary, 4th grade.
My name is Nathaniel Rodriguez, Santa Rita Elementary, 3rd grade.
My name is Emma Shannon, Bonham Elementary, 3rd grade.
My name is Ann White from Lamar Elementary, 3rd grade.
And we are What's All the Buzz About? Global issue. Caffeine has become the brain fuel in our fast-paced culture, helping us keep up with the frantic pace of modern life. This central nervous system stimulant isn't limited to adults, teenagers, and even kids are consuming caffeine in tea, coffee, energy drinks, and soda beverages in massive amounts.
World caffeine consumption. Netherlands is the first. Colombia is the last. We are the 18th out of 25 of the world caffeine consumption. Plan of action. Well, of course we researched, polled each age group, experimented to discover if caffeine affects your heart rate, created a board game called Caffeine Connect based on the Connect 4 game, gave a pre-test and post-test to Central High School students before and after we taught, made a trifold to demonstrate how much caffeine is in each type of drink. Mr. Batista from ADAC came and taught us about caffeine in the brain.
Caffeine defined. Caffeine is a natural chemical found in plants and artificial substances added to food. It is defined a drug because it stimulates the central nervous system.
Caffeine statistics. Americans consume 45 million pounds of caffeine each year. The United States imports about 30% of the world's coffee. Worldwide, 120,000 tons of caffeine are consumed each year.
Caffeine myths and facts. Myth. Caffeine is addictive. Fact. Scientifically, it is not addictive. Myth. Caffeine causes cancer. Fact. Evidence demonstrated that it does not improve cancer risk. Myth. There are no positive effects of caffeine. Fact. Caffeine increases alertness levels and attention span. Myth. Caffeine stunts your growth. Fact. There are no scientific research to support this myth.
Caffeine surveys. We surveyed elementary students, teenagers, and adults. Out of elementary students, tea and soda were the most consumed caffeine. Out of teenagers, coffee and soda, and out of adults, tea and coffee. As you can see by the chart, teenagers was the most consumed caffeine. John Bautista from ADAC came to our school in TRYS and taught us about caffeine. In this picture, he's showing us energy drinks and the amount of caffeine in them. And in this picture, he's telling us about caffeine and how it works in your brain and body.
Recommended caffeine amounts. Adults can have 200 to 400 milligrams of caffeine each day. Teenagers can have 100 to 200, and kids can have 10 to 30. And toddlers can have 5 to 10. Although children and toddlers should not have caffeine at all. So, let's say you go to Starbucks before work and you get a grande latte. That's 150 milligrams of caffeine. And so you're pretty high. And then after work, you go and get a Monster energy drink. That's 160 milligrams of caffeine. And so you're about at 210. And then you go to Chick-fil-A and you get a 20 ounce cup of tea. That's 50 milligrams of caffeine. So you're at 300 milligrams. And then you go and you get a tall coffee at Starbucks. That's 20 milligrams of caffeine. So you're at 380. And so you're almost at your limit. And even if you have a piece of chocolate, that's even more caffeine. When caffeine enters your body, it goes up to your brain and hooks onto the adenosine receptor.
Adenosine is a natural occurring chemical in your brain causing you to feel tired. The reason that caffeine hooks onto the adenosine receptor is because caffeine and adenosine molecules are very similar, so it's easy for the caffeine to hook onto the adenosine.
Once caffeine has hooked onto the adenosine receptor, it blocks the adenosine to do its job of slowing down nerve activity in your brain, causing you to go to sleep.
Caffeine in the heart. Moderate coffee drinking isn't harmful to a person. It's the added sugar, creamer, and artificial sweetener that is bad for the body and heart. Caffeine stimulates the nervous system, and that's what elevates the heart rate. Heavy caffeine consumption has been linked to irregular heartbeats. And this is a picture of us with Dr. Gene Sherrod, and he is a cardiologist.
Hypothesis 1. Drinking 8 ounces of caffeinated soda will make our heart rate go up more than drinking 8 ounces of non-caffeinated soda.
We did a caffeine and heart rate experiment where we had to drink 2 sodas, one with and one without caffeine, and we had to guess which one we were drinking by our heart rate we took afterward. In this picture, you can see that we are drinking our soda, and in this picture, and in these 3 pictures, we are taking our heart rate.
Results. I'm going to follow Emma. Emma's control heart rate, where she was not moving and she hadn't had caffeine, was 100 beats per minute. After she had a soda without caffeine, it went up to 110. Once she had a soda with caffeine, it went up to 133.
And that's because I don't usually have caffeine.
But all on the graph, you can see caffeine did seem to increase our heart rate.
Caffeine, good or bad? Some positives of caffeine are alertness, improves memory performance, decreases risk of Alzheimer's disease, and improves focus. Some negatives of too much caffeine are headaches, irritability, upset stomach, insomnia, and nervousness.
The health effects of caffeine. Some positive effects of caffeine are increased attention and alertness and decreases fatigue, lowers risk of cardiovascular disease, lowers risk of diabetes, and increased metabolic rate. Some negative effects are anxiety and addiction, increased vasoconstriction and blood pressure, reduced control of fine motor movements, and stimulation of urination.
Hypothesis number 2. If our Caffeine TRYS group gives 2 AP high school chemistry classes a pretest over caffeine, teaches them about caffeine with a moderation station presentation, then retest them, we will see an improvement on their post-test scores.
Teaching at Central High School. We taught 2 classes with 20 students in each class at Central High School. The reason we chose Central High School is because they consume the most caffeine in our age group, on our age pool. We give them a pre-test and post-test, and gave them a moderation station, trifold, and give them water afterwards, and met the principal as you can see in this picture.
Central High School results of testing and teaching. So on question 1, only 3 people got it right. After we taught, 33 people got it wrong. Right. And all along the graph, you can see that after we taught, it did improve their post-test scores.
Hypothesis 3. Drinking 8 ounces of caffeinated soda 30 minutes before taking a typing test will increase the amount of words typed in a 3-minute time period.
We took a typing test to see if caffeine will increase our typing speed. We typed as many words as we could in a 2-minute time period. Then we drank soda to see if it would increase our typing speed. It made most of our typing scores go up.
Results. Student 2 typed 43 words in a 2-minute time period. After they had caffeine, they typed 32. But although student 6 typed 58 words in a 2-minute time period, and then they typed 72 words with caffeine. And on this graph, you can see the largest part is improved speed and no change and decreased speed. There's a little bit of both. And we counted 2 more 2 more words or 2 less words as no change.
Result. Our hypothesis was supported by our experiment. Caffeine did show to increase the number of words typed in a 2-minute time period, thus supporting the fact that caffeine does stimulate the area of the brain causing alertness and focus.
Conclusion. Caffeine can be good and bad. It's okay to have some caffeine, but it's all about the moderation. Isn't that how it is with most things in life? And a special thanks to our mentors, Mr. Bill Waters, Central High School Principal, John Batista, Prevention Specialist, and Dr. Jean Sherritt, Cardiologist.
Here are our resources. Thank you for watching our presentation, and now you know what all the buzz is about.